Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's so nice having to be on your screen again. Okay, so thank you if you have subscribed, and if you haven't, please do. All right, so I will be doing a very quick video on this, and um I will be talking about something I find really interesting, and I've had a few persons talk to me about it, and I just feel it's something I should um put up here so a lot of us get to know what to do, especially if you find yourself in that situation. Okay, so happy new year once again. Today we will be talking about pornography. Yeah, so I don't know why people actually shy or ashamed of admitting that they were once addicted to porn, or they are porn addicts, or they are finding it difficult to come out of it or something. Like, why do people find it difficult to admit? You admit that you are addicted to alcohol, you admit that you're addicted to what else, drugs or something, but you are ashamed to talk about being addicted to pornography. Why? Anyways, we'll be talking about all of that in this video. So be here till the end of the video, and I'm sure you're gonna have one or two things to take for yourself. All right. So first of all, I would want to ask: is porn bad for you? Is pornography something that we should look from the negative view or the positive view? I mean, does it have any positive thing it does, really? I mean, is there anything positive about pornography? We'll be talking about that. Now, I would like to tell you several reasons why pornography is bad for you. Like I said, I will be very quick on this, so you just flow with me. Pornography is bad for you. Yes, I will tell you that. Pornography has to do with a lot of emotions, right? It has to do with your psyche. It has to do with your mentality. It has to do with the way you think. Yes, whether you agree or not, to an extent, pornography affects the way you think. It affects the way you see the opposite sex. It affects the way you imagine them in your mind. Okay, so I would begin by telling you why pornography is bad for you. First of all, pornography is bad for you because it kills your relationship. I mean, it ruins relationships. I mean, it's. Have you ever wondered why most relationships fail? It's pornography. Yes. How could you be in a relationship with somebody and then you are actually getting addicted to these videos where you get to see so many other people with probably better body features, and you think your relationship is going to remain the same? So I do not know the reason why you actually dived into watching those videos. Probably you're in a relationship where you both do not have sex, and you just feel that the best way to open up, the best way to go about your sexual feelings and desires is by watching pornographic videos. The truth is, in the long run, you actually do not see that person the same way you were seeing that person at the beginning of that relationship. The person begins to depreciate physically to you, and you even begin to doubt and ask yourself, can this person actually satisfy me sexually when we get married, because of what you see in those videos? So it's more like, I don't think she can do this, I don't think she's up to this, and for most persons they just end up breaking up. I mean, like, you don't meet up to the standard, you don't do this, you don't do that. Okay, then pornography actually um decreases your motivation. Yes, it decreases your motivation in making real connections, in meeting new people. So when you actually get to see all of these persons in the videos, when you get to see these models in the videos, you just feel nobody actually matches them. Like, every single person you see, you actually tie them to the pictures, you tie them to the videos that you see, you tie them to the models, right? You tie them to the kind of bodies that you see in those videos. So you just feel like, what's the point? I mean, you basically don't meet up to this lady, you basically don't meet up to this Instagram model, you basically don't meet up to this, so why do I have to be with you? Anyways, let me move on. I'm going to the next person. Okay, so you keep searching and searching for that person that will never fit into their description. Now, number three reason why pornography is bad for you is because your addiction escalates. Yes. Um there'll be a point where you automatically would not feel like you can ever be satisfied. Yes, because you've actually been doing this for long. You've actually been doing this for a very long time. And to an extent, you just feel, I mean, I've tried everything. I've watched all of the videos. I have seen someone who practically gets to ask, like, do you have pornographic videos? Right? Like I said, this is something that you need to own. Like, I'm able to talk about it because pornography was something that I dived into at some stage in my life. And was still, I was not even alone. Like, I basically had someone in my life then. Yet I was into pornography. Like, I was into pornography like big time. Okay, so I actually had these videos in my phone. I had an archive for them. I don't keep it where other videos are. Okay, so we could be talking. You could be talking to me, and I'm actually like, that kind of thing. Yeah, so pornography is something that I was into big time, and it caught up with me mentally. Like, I could not really relate to my real world. What I mean is, whenever I'm in that state, I'm just there like fantasizing. I'm just thinking. I'm just, swimming in a world of fantasy because most of those people you're looking at, those are actors. They actually act out those scripts, they act out those videos. A lot of them, if you actually get to watch a lot of the porn style interview, they will tell you, look, we don't even feel this thing. The way you see all of the facial expressions and stuff, they don't feel it. Like, it's just like, do this thing and let me go. Like, this is a job, I'm being paid for this, so if I don't act out well, I would not be paid well or something, whatever. Okay, so it's not like they are treating it like you are treating it with all of your emotions. Nah, no. Okay, so um at some point it doesn't satisfy you anymore, and then you just keep looking for more, and that is where depression comes in because you basically can't get satisfied. Okay, so if you're a guy and then you just keep watching porn and you just keep jacking off or whatever, it's tiring. I mean, at what else can you do? What else can you do to satisfy yourself? You just keep watching and watching and watching. Some days you lock yourself in your room and depression sets in because you are obviously not getting the satisfaction that you are seeking for. And don't forget, because your addiction has escalated now, you're actually seeking out for other ways to satisfy yourself. Okay, so why is porn hard to quit? Why is it difficult to quit? I want to stop porn. I don't want to do this anymore. I am tired of it. Why is it hard to quit? I will tell you. That's because you cannot depend on your willpower. No, you cannot depend on your willpower. There's something about your willpower that just cannot help you. Okay? So, I really want to stop porn. I want to stop watching porn. I want to stop seeing these videos. I want to stop looking at those magazines. I want to stop staring at those pictures. But you cannot, because you cannot depend on your willpower. Yes, porn is something that has to do with your emotions, right? But then you don't use emotions to kill emotions. Yes, you have to use logic. All right. So you basically do not just sit down there and be like, I'm going to stop porn. I believe in my heart that I'm going to stop porn. I trust myself. I'm going to stop porn. This will be the last time I'll see those videos. It doesn't really work like that. Okay, so you have to take practical steps to helping yourself stop pornography. So what are the things that you have to do um to help yourself out of this situation? Number one, what was the cause of diving into pornography? What was the root cause? What happened? How did you just start watching pornographic videos? How did it begin? How did you come up with starting um to see those women? What brought it to your head? Like, who introduced it to you? Okay. um why did you go into it? Because one of the reasons why people dive into pornography, I think, is one, shame, and the other is lack of confidence. Yes. So because you feel already that, look, I cannot relate with the opposite sex in a normal world. I mean, I can't. Probably you see yourself as inadequate. What I mean is, there are persons who, even if you wake them up from, excuse me, even if you wake them up right now, they can talk to any lady and come out fine. Okay? Talking, excuse me, talking to any lady does not have to do with sex. Talking to any lady does not have to do with um you want to end up in bed with that person. No, I mean just relating with the opposite sex. I mean just the high kind of conversation. Some persons do not have the confidence to do that, and then at the end of the day you just end up seeing these pornographic videos because, well, I mean that's the last resort. There is nothing else. Okay. So number two, you have to change your mindset. You have to change your mindset from being that person who is vulnerable to this thing. So you have to change your mindset. Okay. I mean, do not see it as I want to quit pornography, I want to stop it, because your brain doesn't even see the quit. It skips the quit, and what it reads is, I want pornography. Okay. But why don't you see it as you wanting the better version of yourself? Why don't you see it as you wanting to be more for yourself? I mean, for me, I think that's a better way of positioning your mind, positioning your brain towards being, towards making you be what you want to be. Okay, so forget about you quitting pornography. Just see it as you want to be a better version of yourself. You want to do more for yourself. Okay, you want to be you want to be a version that you will be proud of. I mean, come on, you don't go about telling people that you're addicted to pornography. You don't do that, do you? Okay, so it's something that you hide and you're ashamed of. Come on, you can't remain that way forever. Okay, so basically see it as you just wanting a better. So number three, know the truth about what porn does to you. When you watch pornographic videos, how do you feel? How do you relate to other people? Does it affect your relationships? Because whenever you watch pornographic videos, you always tend to compare people. Like while I was in a relationship and I was seeing these videos, at some point I began to compare my partner with all of those guys in the videos, right? The same thing goes to a guy. You begin to compare whoever you're with the girls, the ladies you see in those videos. How do you feel? You don't feel good. I mean, you're done watching these videos, but you don't feel good about yourself. If you're truthful about it, you do not feel good about yourself. You feel ashamed. You feel inadequate. Like, you can never be able to communicate or measure up to people in real life if you continue seeing those videos, because you keep comparing them and they would never match. Those are models, those are actors, is what they do for a living. So they would never match to your regular girlfriend or boyfriend or partner or spouse, whatever. Okay. Experts say that shame is actually one of the big indicators of a psychological problem. I mean, if um you have a psychological problem, the one of the signs or ways that they actually get to know, oh, this person has this problem, is shame. Is shame. You're ashamed of it. You're not proud of it. You can't go tell your pastor that you're seeing pornography videos. Mm-hmm. As much as it isn't sex, you can't walk up to him and tell him that I'm seeing. I know I have talked to a friend of mine before who was in this, and The least I could do was just ask him to go see his pastor. It took him weeks. Like, it took him weeks. Your pastor won't eat you. He too must have gone through that phase before. But why do you feel he's why do you feel so scared? He won't eat you. That's because you're ashamed of it, and that's a problem. That's a problem in its own regard. The fact that you're ashamed of it is a problem. Number four, identify your triggers and write the things that you can do to help yourself. What pushes you into watching it? I mean, what environment do you find yourself in? Are you always alone? Are you always with a particular set of people that are always seeing these videos? I even hear that now people take your numbers and then put it in groups and start posting pornographic videos. Are you serious? Okay, so what exactly triggers you to see those videos? Like I said, you do not kill emotions with emotions. Yes, it's simply just like you breaking up with somebody, or somebody broke up with you, whichever. Okay, right? You basically don't sit down there crying for the rest of your life. You basically have to think of something. How do you distract yourself from this heartbreak? Like, how do you get up? How do you go back to the strong-willed, confident, you know highly esteemed person that you were? Logic. You use logic. So if you know that your phone is actually something, you actually get to see these videos at night when you're tired and you've retired for the day. Keep your phone outside. Keep it outside. Okay, so basically, you do have to do things that would help you stop it. If you know going through Instagram and looking at those Instagram models will make you envision people in your head, please stop it. Unfollow them. I mean, these are things that you do to help yourself. It's something that's intentional. Look, no matter the amount of talk you receive on this, if you are not intentional about helping yourself, it might never work. Okay, so you basically have to do something about yourself, and just to help yourself walk through it. All right, so number five, get support. Yeah, you heard right, get support. If you um feel it is something you can do, is eating you up, you're getting depressed about it, please get support. Own it. People get addicted for different things. Almost everybody get addicted to something. Yes, I'm serious. Whether it's a positive or negative addiction, almost everybody has an addiction. You are either addicted to food, you're addicted to your phone. I mean, addicted to your phone does not have to be for a wrong reason. I'm just saying. You're either addicted to whatever, to seeing movies. So why would you feel like you're the only person in the world who's addicted to something? Own it, right? So you can always talk to somebody, get support. I mean, um, you can always get a specialist, because I think the best way for you to deal with something, especially when it has to do with talking to somebody, is talking to somebody who is been through it, who is actually been through that situation, who has gone through that phase. Because through that, I would, or the person would be able to understand better what you are talking about. Like I said, pornography was more like food to me. Like, I basically could stay all day rather without eating, because I'm seeing pornographic videos. And when you ask me why I haven't eaten, I can give you 1 million lies. Nothing. I'm just seeing videos, just naked men and women. So the thing is, when you keep seeing this thing and then your mind is already structured to deriving pleasure from those videos, that's when it becomes difficult. It becomes an addiction, because you always think that the only pleasure you can get, or the only place you can get pleasure, is from those videos. Okay, so number six, learn to meet people. Yes, please learn to meet people. Leave that zone. Leave that your self zone. Yeah, whatever it is, wherever you go to, or whatever it is that you do that push you into seeing those videos, please stop it. Okay? Yeah, so you should learn to meet new people. I know sometimes it's because your confidence has been right? Yeah, but I mean, just learn to meet people. That will do you a lot of good, because in that note, you begin to meet people that are real and not on paper or your phone videos. Okay, all right, so thank you so much for watching today's video. You can actually reach out to me on Facebook at Barry Damon Lewy. Thank you. And you can also send me a message. I would love for you to drop in the comment section if you have been through this phase before. How did you get out of it? How did you come out of it? What's your victory story? I would love to know. Did you read any book? Did you see any video? Did you listen to anybody? What helped you out of this stage? Thank you so much. Please, if you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. Thank you so much. You can also give me a thumbs up. Thank you. And drop a comment, like I said. Till I come your way again. Bye.